coming to you today to inform you of the vital information you may need regarding the pandemic known as COVID-19, caused by the new coronavirus. During a time of crisis, it is always best for your leaders to address you personally, and while I would love to be having this conversation face-to-face with you, given the present circumstances, I opted to address you via our live stream capabilities. I'm encouraging every citizen of Baltimore to take this threat very seriously and start taking action today. That means starting with the basics. Wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water daily, covering your cough and sneeze with your arms. Stay home when sick. Avoid large gatherings and limit travel where possible. We need to be especially protective of our older adults who are at special risk of severe diseases. Now, there may be young people wondering what the big deal is, since they're at low risk for serious illness. Please remember, young people, every young person can be a bridge to an infection to more vulnerable people, including their parents, grandparents, and neighbors. I've shared this information with my son. We must all look out for one another. We must all do our part. We are one Baltimore, and we can rise to this challenge. It is important for city leaders to address you personally, to give you the facts surrounding the coronavirus and where we stand today. As issued by the governor, all large gatherings, including religious activities, sport events, recreational venues, nightclubs, and any facility or gathering with more than 200 people in attendance is prohibited during the state of emergency. All senior centers across Baltimore City have been closed down until his order is rescinded. Schools have been closed until March 27th, while all school buildings and related facilities are clean and disinfected. Also, the city school system will operate an emergency food service program at 10 schools across the city during those same hours from 10 a.m. through 2 p.m. Starting this Monday, March 16th, students will be able to receive a grab-and-go free breakfast and lunch meal, and the school system has announced those locations on their website. I will provide that information and the information being provided today on my website at dixonforbaltimore.com. I am encouraging the mayor to limit governmental services to essential employees only, while instructing non-essential city employees to work from home during this crisis. I would urge you to check on your neighbors, especially our seniors, who are the most vulnerable population to this virus, as well as those folks who with chronic illnesses. Also consider making support groups or errand trains to limit you or your neighbors from having to make frequent trips to the grocery store or pharmacy. My campaign office is preparing to limit the number of visitors we receive each day due to this virus, while continuing our normal activities in a cautious manner. We will still be hosting our weekly Mayor Monday activities, where we will discuss with the community leaders and local stakeholders different ways we can begin to improve this city. But we will be hosting these via live stream technology like this address, giving the citizens an opportunity to engage in this conversation. I cannot stress enough the severity of this matter, and we need to make sure that everyone has all the information possible to lower the risk of mortality and health complications due to COVID-19. As we move forward, I will encourage you to stay up to date with what's going on in the latest health-related news and information by going to Baltimore City's Health Department website, and that is health.baltimorecity.gov. If you have further questions, concerns, or comments, please feel free to contact my office at 443-708-2792 or email us at info@dixonforbaltimore.com. Thank you for your time and attention for this extremely serious challenge. It is important that we remain informed, use the resources that we have put in place, and look out for one another. I will continue to pray for the healing of our city and all those affected by this virus. Good evening, Baltimore.